Hi, my name is Sanjay Narvekar. I'm a product manager in the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure team. I'll be showing you a demo of creating an Oracle Autonomous Data Warehouse in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. I have logged in into my console and I will select this menu and then click on Autonomous Data Warehouse, which takes me to the page which has a few instances already running. To create a new Oracle Autonomous Database, I'll click on Create Autonomous Database. I can change this compartment if I want to select another compartment for my demo. I will keep the same compartment for this demo and I'll rename the data warehouse to Test Data Warehouse and stick to the same database name. Note that this database name can be a maximum of 14 characters. And I'll keep the workload type of data warehouse. For the deployment type, I will select serverless and I will go with the defaults of OCPU count of 1 and storage of 1 terabyte. I'll keep auto scaling checked. So basically, the autonomous data warehouse will automatically scale up the cores from 1 to a maximum of 3 cores if the workload increases, and once the workload reduces, it will bring it back to 1. So I'll keep this checked here. I don't want this 19C preview mode, so I will skip that and I will provide a password. This is the password for the admin user. I will select a license type of BYOL. I want to quickly show you the advanced options that are available. Basically, this is needed if you want to tag your database. I will not do any tagging at this point. I'll click on Create Autonomous Database and I don't want to save the password here. So this process should take a few minutes to complete, and once the provisioning process completes, you'll see that this color changes to green and the state will say available. So right now it's showing provisioning, it becomes available. Let me pause this demo and I will come back once this database has been provisioned. Welcome back. The autonomous data warehouse provisioning process has completed and the database is now available. So once the data warehouse is provisioned, you can look at some of the details that you provided during the provisioning process. You can see that auto scaling is enabled. The database was provisioned with the database 18C. And since the database was just provisioned, you won't see any active backups for this database. And over here you can see the metrics information, and this kind of becomes very useful as you start using this database. You'll see the CPU utilization, storage utilization, the sessions information, running statements, queued statements, etc. To find information needed to connect to this test data warehouse, click on the DB connection button here. And from here you can download the client credentials or the wallet that you can use for establishing connectivity from your computer to the autonomous data warehouse. And here are the TNS names that you can use for the connections. You can go with high, medium or low. Click on close, and clicking on Performance Hub gets you to this page here, which shows you the activities that are currently happening. You can look at Ash Analytics as well as SQL monitoring. Currently there's not a lot going on in this database because I've just provisioned it, but this is where you can look at some of this information. I'll close, and as far as action goes, I can create clone, I can access the access control list, and this is where I can type the IP address or the CIDR block of the whitelisted IPs or CIDR range for this autonomous data warehouse. And clicking on admin password lets me change the password. I can click on update license type and always change the license type for my deployment. And I can also move this resource from the current compartment to a new compartment if I want to. So that is the list of things that you can do in the actions link here. And I can also stop the autonomous data warehouse by clicking on stop. Clicking on scale up down gets me to this pop-up window. This is where I can scale up the CPUs and also scale up the storage if I want to. And if I want to turn off auto scaling, I can always do that by unchecking this radio box here and clicking on update, but I will not do that for now. So that's scale up scale down process. And then clicking on service console will take me to the service console for this particular autonomous data warehouse. This is where I can see the storage utilization, CPU utilization, the running SQL statements, the number of OCPUs allocated, etc. There's not much going on in this database right now, so you don't see any data to display. Clicking on activity brings me to this page where I can monitor database activity, the running statements, the CPU utilization, queued statements, etc. And clicking on monitor SQL allows me to monitor the SQL statements and look at the plan information and stuff. Clicking on administration gives me this page where I can download the client credentials again. And if I want to, I can set resource management rules for the high, medium, and low. I can set the query time and also the amount of IO, and change the CPU IO shares as well if I want to. And this is another place where I can set the administrator password, and this is where I can manage the machine learning users. Currently there is just one user, which is the admin user, but if I want to add additional ones, I can click on create and add new users. I won't do that here. And the last tab I want to show you here is the development tab. I'll click on this. This is where I can access Oracle Apex. As you know, Oracle Apex is now included with the autonomous data warehouse and autonomous transaction processing, but this is where you would go to launch autonomous data warehouse Apex functionality, and it'll ask me for my admin password. I won't get into this because this can be quite a long demo if I get into Apex, so I'll skip that. I'll also show you SQL Developer Web. So this is the web-based access for running queries against the autonomous database that I just provisioned. I won't save the password, so I'll uncheck it. So this is what it looks like. It looks a lot like the SQL Developer desktop version, but this is more of a web-based version of SQL Developer. Again, I won't run any queries here. And this is where you can access your machine learning notebooks, and to do this you'll need the user ID and password. I won't get into that, but I just want to show you that these are the links for doing all these activities. And clicking on download Oracle Instant Client will let you download the Oracle Instant Client, which you can use for configuring your compute instances to access autonomous data warehouse or transaction processing. And finally, this is the RESTful services and SODA information which you'll need if you want to develop applications with the RESTful access to the autonomous database. So this is all of the service console that I wanted to show you, and that's pretty much it for this demo. Thanks for watching this demo on provisioning autonomous data warehouse in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure.